been their best guy.
As you mentioned, in the rotation. And yeah, we have to start with the question on Cutter. There's always with a lot of young pitchers, Joe, third time around, and his numbers are a little extreme when it comes to 1 out of every 3 pitches, and that will be a key for him today. Knife-like fastball.
These Yankees, losers of 8 of their last 9 games, 10 in for the Astros for the best record in the AL. Off we go with a fastball strike base percentage in the league. And an 0-1 from Crawford. He takes it low.
Very short arm action, and that's why that fastball with its high spin and
that's a little outside, ball 2. And he hasn't always been like mechanics. Came back a lot more efficient. Fly ball to right field.
Yeah, and that change you talked about mechanically is something a lot of pitchers do.
AA to start the season, AA and AAA. He did make it to the majors for 1 start in September. So here's the big man, Aaron Judge, who last night hit his 46th home run. August 13th, 2016. His debut on hitting them. 1 ball, 1
pitches. That was the second against Evaldi.
Swings and misses, and it's 1-2. On pace to smash the American League record. Roger Maris's 61. On a 1-2 from Crawford. Judge takes ball 2.
You'd say the way, and I mean all the way at the bottom of the zone. I don't even want, if I'm a pitcher, I don't even want to show him the knees and below.
Toward the target is set for this 2-2 pitch. Boy.
Alex Cora's got a good argument. See where McGuire is set up, and he backhands this baseball, so the ball.
They've got to try again. 3-2, and he walked him. Way.
And the numbers show that he had been getting more balls out of the strike.
Judge, and lately he feels like it's been called a little more fairly. That one went his way.
Any other hitter, and all at the bottom of the zone because he's so tall. That one was more about
like Judge, but he's got 27 in his first full season with the team. On the ground to first, Hosmer to second, 1 racing to the bag. Crocs come to bat after this. Montas, difficult circumstances in that first start, Tom. It was his first start in 11 days. Top Tommy Pham, who won the game last night in the 10th inning. Devers, then Bogarts, both all-star things. And then he gave up 6 runs in 3 innings in his Yankees debut.
After some shoulder inflammation. So before and after, he's not quite built up to go, say, and just 2 home runs allowed on the split all year. In a homecoming game, and he's still not 30 years old.
Yeah, he's already been traded 4 times. Dodgers to the A's, A's to the Yankees.
Here in his last start, his first for the Yankees, Aaron Boone explaining to us that he was just
being hit. Last 5 games, Tommy Pham has 3 home. Not too many more intense guys across baseball than Tommy Pham.
No, I think he's in this ballpark.
Over from the Reds at the deadline. He takes strike 3.
On the 2-strike count, this is just a 4-seam fastball that just stays on plane. He's thinking.
For first inning, here's the All-Star Rafael Devers. Even with a 4 for 35, he just keeps on getting better, doesn't he?
He really does. Is Arroyo and Devers in this lineup.
Lay it on a fastball here, 1-1.
Best options, but 4-seam fastballs against Devers. A lot of teams like to take that approach.
Fastballs in a row. Pops this one to left. 2 up, 2 down for Montas. Puts it away. Just both things that he always does, but the big drop off is coming the power numbers. He's got just 9. On the corner, strike 1.
The finish to me hasn't been there in the last 3. Finish on a pitch is really getting out there on your release point. He's not quite.
2-3 first inning. Bouncing ball to third. Josh Donaldson will complete. No score after an inning. Lead off against Cutter Crawford. Threw 7 cutters out of his double play ball. And now faces Josh Donaldson to open the second. First season, average offensively, although really good lately. Breaking
cutter is the key for him early in counts.
Struck him out.
Crawford was the cutter as the put-away pitch. I mean, that one, he can vary the break on it, and that one had almost
so hard every time. That's ball one on Gleyber Torres, and so he said he had a couple stints down in AAA. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And I want you to walk about a short arm action. That gets on top, then the long arm swing. It does have deception in it, and they actually sell a device now. It looks like a hand warmer that you wear in the wind.
Bounce in front of the plate. Crawford's there. Torres will reach. So an error on Cutter Crawford, and Torres.
They do this all the time in spring training. Everything right.
The former Red Sox in his first trip back to Fenway Park. Benintendi struggled out of the gates with had a nice hand last night. He was a really solid player for them. 2000 on a 1-0 from Crawford.
Stroke, especially at Yankee Stadium, you might see the power numbers jump up as opposed to.
Is the 7th overall pick of the Red Sox. Total in Boston, and then they traded him to Kansas City before last year. And on a 1-2 pitch, he watches ball 2.
That happened to Christian Vasquez. He got traded from Boston to Houston.
And so Reese mugs at first, 1 gone, 2-2 pitch. Benintendi grounds it foul.
Montgomery probably wasn't going to play a big role in a postseason environment. And
were you surprised at the way either of these teams handled the deadline?
Boston, surprised they traded Christian Vasquez only because it's beyond the numbers. Front office perspective, they thought, we can cover the position with what we have and go get McGuire.
Swing and a miss. Torres was running. Strike him out. Throw. Reese McGuire throws out Gleyber Torres to finish off the second. Pops the first one.
Ideally, you'd rather not reach for the runner like that, but he just got a piece of the jersey.
Verdugo is a stabilizing piece in this lineup that overall has been good, but even when it's out of
way, sets his hands up low, and he's quick to the ball, but gets into trouble. It's quite a turnaround from those first 2 months of the season.
Seasons with the Dodgers, of course, over in the Mookie Betts deal. Grounds a base hit into the game comes from Alex Verdugo off Montas.
Well, now we'll see the exact opposite. Loaded position. I'm talking about ready to come forward when that front foot hits.
This one to J.D. Martinez. Cracked to short. Backhand Kiner Falefa. His second one to first.
Well, Frankie Montas is a guy who throws a lot of splits and gets his ground. If you look at the numbers, the batting average on ground balls hit, the Yankees are
this offseason. Instead of going and spending big in free agency, strike short. Bringing Rizzo back at first. He fields this chopper off of the bat of his counterpart. Just like we were saying, great Yankees defense.
The ball wasn't quite secured enough. The throw's right there. He's right there, but you see the head drop. The coach tells you, keep your eye on the ball. It's the same on this level as it is.
Still out. He's been their hottest hitter lately. In 12 games.
Some robust numbers right there.
Did go with the fastball. Pop.
Wasn't hit well, but
shot of a base hit for Arroyo. Red Sox trying to take advantage of the two.
No man's land. Joe, he's not played center field this month. And Bader, of course, is still on the IL.
Fasciitis he's dealing with, yet to play for the Yankees. First pitch splintered to 2 on 2 out. 1 ball 1 strike. Than Montas does. And when you look at the list of guys, 1-2 is a splitter to finish off Duran, and the